Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. 3 things to watch in Dallas Cowboys preseason finale against Atlanta Falcons. At last, the end of the preseason is in sight. Mostly ugly football and unfulfilled expectations have consumed the first 2 exhibition matchups, but the final matchup Friday night for the Dallas Cowboys offers some appetizing storylines with roster cutdown day lurking. Here are 3 things to watch in the Cowboys matchup with the Atlanta Falcons at 7 p.m. at AT&T Stadium. Who wins key Cowboys position battles? On Tuesday, the Dallas Cowboys will have to cut their roster down from 91 players to 53, and key position battles remain up in the air going into the final preseason matchup. Arguably no battle has seen as much parity as the running back position, as a handful of players are competing for 2 remaining spots. Javonte Williams has all but been penciled in as the starter, but the valuable number 2 role remains a battle between veteran Miles Sanders and rookies Jaden Blue and Phil Mafah. Deuce Vaughn and Malik Davis also factor into the decision-making, but their roster odds are slim. At cornerback, head coach Brian Schottenheimer chuckled Wednesday when asked how many different starting cornerback combinations he has in mind for Week 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles. He seemed optimistic that he will get Trayvon Diggs back from injury early in the season, but the Cowboys will more than likely need a starter to fill in at the slot position in the meantime. The battle seems to be shaping up as a head-to-head face-off between veteran Keeman Hall and undrafted rookie Zion Childress. Israel Mukumu also factors into the mix, but he saw a large handful of snaps at safety in the second preseason game. Other battles exist for the final spot at tight end, the final spot at defensive end, and pretty much the entire defensive tackle room behind Osa Odigizua and Solomon Thomas. With just 1 game left before cutdown day, performances against the Falcons could weigh heavy when crucial decisions are made. Can Joe Milton offer any optimism? It hasn't been a pretty preseason for backup quarterback Joe Milton, as he has failed to build on a decent training camp in 2 exhibitions. Despite garnering most of the playing time in each contest, Milton has thrown for just 1 touchdown while going 26 of 47 for 265 yards with 2 interceptions. His 2 performances have quickly dwindled the confidence in the state of the quarterback room behind Dak Prescott. And while Schottenheimer has emphasized that he hasn't officially named a backup quarterback between Milton and Will Grier, the playing time discrepancies have largely favored Milton in the preseason. Milton will face a Falcons defense that has allowed just 176.5 passing yards per game in its 2 preseason games. To offer any optimism about the talent behind Prescott going into the season, Milton will need to hit that over by a lot through a more consistent game from start to finish. Another backup QB returns to AT&T Stadium. Last week, it was former Cowboys backup Cooper Rush making his first appearance back at AT&T Stadium for the Baltimore Ravens. This week, it will be another former Cowboys backup making his way back to Jerry's World, as Ben DiNucci will take the field just a few days after being signed by the Falcons. DiNucci, who was drafted in the 7th round by the Cowboys in 2020, played in 3 games in his rookie season in Dallas after the team lost Prescott for the season and backup Andy Dalton for a few games due to injuries. While Easton Stick will draw the start for Atlanta, DiNucci is expected to get some work almost 5 years since he last played in AT&T Stadium. Since his departure from the team in 2022, DiNucci has bounced around NFL practice squads and was a standout in the 2023 XFL season for the Seattle Sea Dragons. Get him out of here, Jerry Jones kicks Cowboys fan out of practice after shocking protest breaks out. Jerry Jones has been the owner of the Dallas Cowboys for over 30 years. The 82-year-old is one of the most influential public figures in the NFL. He has turned the Cowboys into a multi-billion-dollar organization. However, he still doesn't take kindly to protesters. There is a lot of turmoil in Dallas, and the Cowboys' own fans are revolting. Owner and general manager Jerry Jones has always been a polarizing figure among his fan base, and he's come under fire recently for how he's handled the contract situation with star pass rusher Micah Parsons, among other things. Now, Cowboys fans are taking every opportunity, one very publicly, to call out Jones for his blunders and demand accountability for his underwhelming job as GM. The Cowboys could have had Parsons locked up to a team-friendly extension months ago before both Cleveland Browns edge rusher Myles Garrett, $40 million per year, and Pittsburgh Steelers pass rusher T.J. Watt, $41 million per year, signed their new deals and reset the market for premier pass rushers. Parsons also put Jones on blast on social media, exposing him for trying to cut his agent David Mulugheta out of the process completely. Jones has since told reporters he was under the impression he and Parsons had reached an agreement on a deal, but he called it off before signing anything officially. Ex-user at Coldberg Carl took to social media on Thursday afternoon to announce that his brother had been escorted out of Cowboys practice at Ford Center at the Star for protesting that Jones should remove himself from his GM role. "My brother got kicked out of Cowboys practice for his 'fire the GM' sign. Face screaming in fear, let's make this go viral, and let Jerry know we're tired of it," he wrote on X. Cowboys urged to fill quarterback 2 role with former number 2 overall pick. After watching backups Joe Milton and Will Grier struggle through the preseason, the Cowboys should look to sign a veteran who can at least be a competent replacement for starter Dak Prescott when he goes down with an injury. The best option out there right now would be to sign former number 2 overall pick and NFL All-Pro Carson Wentz, who is still looking for a team and the top free agent quarterback available, according to Sharp Football Analysis. Milton has struggled in a pair of preseason games, and isn't ready to be the understudy to Dak Prescott. Apparently, the Cowboys aren't prepared to entrust that role to Will Grier, a 30-year-old career backup. So what can they do? Here are their options. 1. Sign a free agent. Good luck with that, there aren't many out there. Carson Wentz and Ryan Tannehill are available. It's been a long, slow fall from the land of NFL elite quarterbacks over the last few years for Wentz, who the Philadelphia Eagles selected with the number 2 overall pick in the 2016 NFL Draft. Wentz spent part of 2023 with the Los Angeles Rams and 2024 with the Kansas City Chiefs. What do you think?